All right, you guys. So I have to chime in on this because Biden just basically made an announcement to save face and to try to reassure everybody that their money's safe. I think Lisa did a video saying that JP Morgan's stock was fine this morning, apparently. Maybe other people, she did say, and it came across my mind that also that maybe people are putting their money in other banks, thinking that they're more secure. And just one more thing, New York Prepper, he made a comment, and he's absolutely right, that as a prepper or as prepared as you should be, you shouldn't keep all your money in the bank anyway. You should always have some type of emergency, something on hand. If it's for you, it's going to be $200, in a kitty drawer somewhere. That's fine. Just something that would allow you to buy gas or whatever necessities you may need in an emergency. I long ago didn't keep all my money in the bank because it got hacked like 3 times, so on and so forth. So I've minimized everything that I keep in the bank, just monthly stuff. Okay, and I don't have that much in the bank. Okay, I've been home for 3.5 years, and I personally am on my last of my last. I do work a tiny bit from home, making about a quarter or a third of my income a month. And last year I didn't work at all, so everything that comes with that. Okay, but still wouldn't keep it in the bank. As you may have heard in my last video, I did deposit a check. It was from my parents in Florida. I didn't know I got it. And because it'd been sitting in a mailbox, because I don't check my mailbox, I deposited it because I wanted, I wanted to be, I wanted to clear their checking account. They're kind of, I wouldn't say anal about it, but she wants to be kind of thorough about that type of thing. Do not. Now would be the time to look internally and see within yourself. Ask yourself, do you trust these banks? Trust God, yes. Ask for wisdom on what you should do as far as your keeping money in the account. If you got $10,000 in the account, that couldn't be Lashara. Okay? Not unless you're having a business, which I can understand. I've had a couple businesses. I understand having money for payroll and expenses and things like that. Okay? But when it comes to personal, just to say that you have $20,000 sitting up in the bank, I would try to think of a way or get some guidance on how to diversify, because one more last thing, and I'll play this video, and I mentioned it to Sister Sherry in her last video, and Brother from Storm News put out a video, is my sentiments exactly. Banking chaos equals war. Last week, Sunday, they told government officials, governors, to head to their quote hotels, their safe places, okay? And then this week, starting Monday, it was 5 days later, on Friday, we have 1 of 3 banks collapse, okay? I did not forget, and I don't want you guys to forget, that that war is still imminent, okay? Don't let this be a distraction. I ask God maybe every day for the last 2 weeks to give me wisdom, to give me guidance, to give me direction, what to do, provide my daily needs, and keep us in mental and spiritual and physical strength as we go through these final seconds of whatever this is. I feel like I'm living in a simulation I'm sure many of you do also. It does not feel real to me, okay? But these things have to happen. They have to prepare for, and they have to set up the NWA. One world government, one world currency, one world religion. We already saw that the Abrahamic House of Faith opened, I think, a week ago, okay? I'll play this video. Now, we're going to see who you worship. You cannot worship God and Mammoth. And I think this is going to be a shaking and an awakening for many people. And hopefully and ultimately, it gets them to trust God, depend on God, and seek God for salvation if they're not saved. All right, I'll play this video. I do not trust what this man said, but I'll let you listen to it for yourselves, okay?
Up and down today as investors say they are trying to find a safe place to put their money. This is a live look at the big board this midday. The S&P 500 tumbled about 1.5% as the stock market opened today, but has come back up to about even. The sharpest drops are coming from financial stocks. This follows the second and third largest bank failures in U.S. history. President Biden and the White House are trying to calm Americans' fears, saying this does not compare to the 2008 financial crisis. ABC's Justin Finch reports.
Following a frenzied few days after the failure of Silicon Valley Bank, President Biden trying to ease fears depositors might have about the health of the banking system.
Americans can have confidence that the banking system is safe. Your deposits will be there when you need them.
All our money is in the bank. I don't know how we're going to do our payroll.
The Federal Reserve, Treasury, and FDIC taking over the failed bank, now guaranteeing all Silicon Valley Bank depositors will have full access to their FDIC-insured money today, up to $250,000. And that no losses associated with this resolution will be borne by the taxpayer. State regulators in New York also taking control of the now failed Signature Bank, which was funding many cryptocurrency and real estate companies. Officials saying those customers will also be made whole.
The banks are open. Everything is fine, calm.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen asserting that regulators' actions do not amount to a bailout, but that funds would come from an FDIC account that U.S. banks pay into. At the end of last year, SVB held $175 billion in customer deposits. Some 96% were uninsured, above the $250,000 limit traditionally covered by the FDIC. SVB's failure sparked concerns about other regional banks. Many of their stocks tumbled Friday. Rattled investors began withdrawing funds from Silicon Valley Bank last week after SVB started trying to sell assets to boost up its balance sheet. The Silicon Valley banking collapse sending ripple effects overseas. British regulators announcing this morning that international bank HSBC will acquire SVB's British assets to protect customers. Justin Finch.